Oh, hello, everybody. Apologies for the delay. I had to just do some light walking. It's not entirely true, but anyways, here we are. Some more good old-fashioned Silent Hill 2. Workshop visit Chirong to try picking up a girl in Silent Hill. Great question, Noir. I'm gonna say, based off of previous evidence, the answer's probably yes. Yeah, I had to do some dark walking. I was out walking in the dark. Ah, fuck. Hey, Con.
God, I suck. Yeah, I'm good. Hey man, how's it going?
It's going alright. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find where the fuck the music is coming from.
Music.
Yeah, there we go. That's where the track is. I had a Warhammer song playing in the background. Now that we're starting, I can shut that off.
Hey,
Okay.
Warhammer has some good music, man.
Oh yeah, no, you should listen to Dark Tide's combat music. It's really good.
I wish I could. I don't know, actually, it's on Spotify.
I mean here, like, I can just send you the fucking... Hold on.
Give me a sec. I can probably find it on Spotify because I have a Spotify.
Oh, well, hold on a second. I don't know if any of 40K's stuff is on...
One sec, I have my phone right here. I can search with doobly-doobly-doo.
I mean, here, just look up disposal unit.
Let's see. Lorehammer audiobooks. Oh god, that is nuts. I'm Still Standing. Oh, that's a cover. Salamander's 40K, Grimdark Chanting.
Yeah, I don't think...
Ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's the one that Bricky's on. Here, let me double check. Let me see. Where the fuck is my Spotify? There we go. Oh yeah, it's on there.
Yeah, they have the entire Vermintide OST on there.
No, you're looking for Dark Tide, not Vermintide.
Oh, sorry, I thought... Okay, I don't know why my head went Vermintide.
Yeah, no. The one that I had playing was called Disposal Unit Imperium Mix. It's quite good.
Oh yeah, that full soundtrack is indeed totally over on Spotify.
Nice, it's good.
Oh yeah, yeah, Dark Tide. Yeah, that one's literally in the mix here. Oh, there's some good ones on here. Some of these sound awesome as fuck. Broadcast apparatus. Forge Manufactorum.
Hold on a second, I have to do something. I need to make sure that there's been a problem for like a minute. Chat has been very hard to see for like a hot minute. Let's fix that somewhat. Okay, that's a little too much. There we go, that'll do, I think.
Somebody made Lestat in there.
Ooh. Alrighty then, we're in hell now. One could argue we've always been in hell, but this time it's real?
Oh boy.
Okay, maybe turn that
The
down
hell
just a
grind
smidge.
continues on the rind. Fuck it, I've had a long day. I've got a job now.
Nice, good job.
Woo! Yeah, I start Monday.
Cool.
I'll be working retail.
Hope it doesn't suck.
You're talking to somebody who definitely enjoys mundane and monotonous tasks.
I mean, you know, more power to you.
Plus,
but I'm not built like that.
Plus, I like talking to people. And I know that this is a job where I'll learn some new skills and where I'll actually better my communication skills.
Those are
Which
definitely
I
some
love.
takeaways.
I'm also no stranger to working holidays or anything like that after working at the shelter, so this stuff's pretty much not new to me when it comes to those hours. Walls, talk about break down the fucking
Damn.
bio slime.
Welcome to Slime Town, population U.
The bio slime immediately just oozes from the tub.
Hello, Bubble Nurse. How are you doing today?
Okay, is it just me or did her outfit get sexier?
Something like that. Also, yeah, that thing isn't in front of her mouth anymore. I'm pretty sure that was a mistake.
Maybe you were right. Seriously, she's wearing garter belts now.
No, man. They also made her slimier. I don't know how you feel about that. Oof. Health drink.
Also, the reason why I'm coughing is because I also helped out at my aunt's garage sale. I got paid 30 bucks cash for that. I go back tomorrow, help her out more. I get more cash bucks so and I can use it to pay my Hulu account.
Cash bucks are always useful. Hello, Noir. How are you
Well,
doing?
that and next Saturday is the Peanut Festival.
Ah, the Nut Festival, my favorite.
Well, it's a big arts festival,
The
and
Nut Festival, my favorite.
it's also in a really nice small town, and there's always a tiny carnival there, and I just love going to the festival. Especially since there's this old soda place right next to it that also has homemade ice cream, and a real dude behind a counter is a soda jerk.
Noir, how do you feel about jerking soda?
Oh,
I used to jerk soda back when I worked at the Taco Bells. It turns out it's less entertaining than you'd think.
Damn.
I'm talking about an old school soda jerk.
Well, yeah, that just means they pour it for you, or they make you a cherry's phosphate.
I'd rather go ahead and see if they can make me a Shirley Temple.
That's not hard. I can make you a Shirley Temple. That's very... In fact, they actually just basically sell pre-made Shirley Temple now. They just call it cherry-flavored 7-Up.
Speaking of, Sprite also released a Shirley Temple flavor.
Oh, that's a hole.
So now I'm gonna have to get a pack of that and try it for myself.
Since I've been
You can
alerted
just get
to it.
grenadine and make it yourself as much as you like.
Wait,
Oh, how we danced, arms flailing, our bodies in perfect synchrony. And the music played, but in any dance, there comes a time one must take the lead. And the music got louder and louder, pounding, piercing, and then silence
that
in
was
the
called
hills. Oh, that person's chain. Damn, there's chain in that dude's head. Fuck.
His whole body was chained. You get it?
Ooh. Instrument of force. Oh, it's one of those little. It's one of those little. It's like one of those little hammers used for doing lobotomies.
Oh gods.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, I
Hey.
see. Now I need the pick.
You know, I actually do wonder, or at least if someone here has the proper knowledge, then enlighten me. Oh, pardon me. Old school lobotomies, were they done through the eye or through the back of the head?
Yes.
No, you do it to the back of the eye.
Yeah. You have to like maneuver. You have to kind of maneuver the pick around the eye, and then you kind of wait. And then you kind of like you do it until you hit
Churning
bone.
butter.
Yeah. Then you kind of move it around until you hit bone, and then you tap, and then you tap, and then you tap, and then you scrape.
Ugh.
Ah!
Oh, gross.
Fucking Poop Fartius is back. God damn.
Not to mention...
I fucking saw that. Wait, I'm out of ammo completely. Oh no.
How did happened?
no. What did you
We
do?
did just do a boss fight, technically.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, jeez. Now
That
we're
is
really in a pickle.
This really is a dilly of a pickle.
Fuck. Well, now that I've wasted all my rounds, I'm certain that now I will receive a hefty amount of ammunition. I mean, I literally just got 5 bullets, so yeah. I love adaptive difficulty. Game design. Oh yeah, there you go. You gotta press E. Oh, lock. Unlock. From what I've been able to gather, a lot of these specific encounters seem to be a lot of the encounters in the other world seem to be a little bit more linear by comparison, which is fine. You get more like combat hallways than just like another set of puzzles you gotta undertake. Oh boy. I'm gonna ignore you for like a split. Hey, where'd you go? Damn, I ignored that mannequin for 2 seconds and they fucking bolted. Alright, give me the fucking ammo.
Swish.
I guess check my corners. Or check there, actually. Dumbass. Bitch. Oh. I hear someone slippering and sliding. Who's up squawking their shit right now?
Oh, okay, so it literally is just the cherry flavoring in the lemon lime soda.
Oh, okay, it's just a bug for the regular bubbleheads.
Huh.
What the fuck? Oh, she kind of like froze up for a second there. What the hell?
I have no absolute clue.
Also, it turns out the quick hand for syringes hold down the healing button instead of just tapping it for drink. Oh god.
That is some gross bio slime.
Mm-hmm.
We have entered the
Green.
era of bio slime.
The one thing I love, it's slime that's biological in nature.
Dare you to touch it.
I mean, I can't really do that. I can only really interact with anything that the game allows me to.
If it existed in real life, would you touch it?
Yeah, maybe. If you paid me a little bit.
Oh god!
I don't know, I tapped his butt.
Dude just skittered off into the darkness.
Not for fucking long! Oh, that's not what I was expecting at all!
Nope, that's another bubblehead nurse. Did I get it right?
Yeah, it's a bubblehead.
Okay, for the longest time I was calling them the bobblehead nurses.
Oh, there's two. There's 2 of them! Krakatoa!
It was 2! Okay, so they're actually wearing the
Whoa.
things as well. It's just they looked sexier somehow when they were covered in the darker material. Oh, that's just nasty.
I mean, generally being drenched is found. People who see women drenched in typically water, but I guess in this case gunk, do tend to find them a little bit more attractive. IDK.
Slime.
They looked like they were wearing all black, and to me, that made them look sexier.
Yo, what's up, slime? What you got on you, slime? Damn. Okay. Ah, fuck. I mean, it's a really cool mechanic, but also fuck off. Oh, I didn't... No, okay, well. Can't really undo that now, can I? Alright. Got some handgun ammo. Oh. One thing I love, it's blunt force trauma. Oh, there's the pick. Key of Bliss is definitely a way to describe a lobotomy pick.
Did someone say Iblis?
No, Key of Bliss, not Iblis.
Oh, okay. Well, when you're looking up Iblis, be sure to look up Noir Iblis and read the Sacrosanct Song of Beaglesaurus. It came out last November, and there's plenty more of it to read there. Well, Kaneko, you said you read the first two, so I had to remind you to check out the third one for this November reading month.
Thanks a bunch.
Also, don't forget, if you look up Iblis and find Sonic, you've gone too far.
I don't have a hedgehog associated with me that I have created.
That would be...
I found you! The Iblis trigger! Lapis IQ.
Okay, so that's how they
Lapis.
did lobotomy?
Something close to
I
it.
mean, probably not like that viscerally, but like in a general sense, yes.
I always assumed it would have been like with a spinning drill pick or something like that.
No, they did that. That was like their alternative to big drill. We found an easier way where we used the eye. They gave that guy a Nobel Prize for it.
Congrats, you found a slightly more humane way to completely fucking ruin someone's life.
No, it was bad. No, like he was like the original. We figured out that you can't take back a Nobel Prize. Damn. Maybe we shouldn't have given him the Nobel Prize in medicine for doing this. He did like hundreds of them.
Yeah, what year was that again?
2 at once.
No, what year was that?
What year? Let me find out. I want to say it's the 50s.
Sounds like it would have been the 60s, maybe?
I can't help but wonder, like, if they ever did any interviews with that guy, and he's like, oh yeah, shit, I would have done that 100 more times. I fucking love lobotomizing people. Let's go!
Antonio Egas Moniz of Portugal, the man who invented the infamous frontal lobotomy.
He's so Portuguese.
He got the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1949. And then died 6 years later, which is probably what he deserved.
So right on the cusp of the 50s.
Yeah.
How long did it take for people to realize, hey, we should probably revoke this?
I
want to say it took most of the 50s.
Oh, hey, it's this chest. Let's go.
Some questionable methodology concerning psychology and anything involving the brain.
Alright, so we got one of these locks down. We just gotta figure out the two num key pad things.
Numpad!
Can't wake up and sweat, cause it ain't over yet. Still dancing with your demons. Oh, I smell a bitch somewhere.
Right.
Where hey don't need a reason.
Speaking of, I think I got into a genuine Twitter question mark argument.
Oh boy, how'd that go for you?
To be honest, I'm not quite sure. All I did was ask why a dude just kept insulting somebody because he was insulting George Takei. And then I asked him why he was doing a bit involving Bill Engvall.
I don't know.
The bottom line is, he sounded like he was mansplaining and being very condescending to me.
Yeah, he probably was.
To be fair, I've heard that George Takei did something that was kind of assholey.
I just know that he's a common liberal, and that's about like the general knowledge. Like, yeah, no, he's got liberal takes on Twitter all the time.
And that's pretty much what I was responding to. The other dude just called him Beavis for some reason. I just ended up asking questions about that, realized he was a Trump follower, and now whenever I try to go ahead and talk to anything, he always just gives a poop emoji after my comment.
Now that's because they don't actually want to listen to what you have to say.
I pretty much figured that out whenever he told me that to my face. Oh, well, actually, no, not to my face as much as it was,
Stated outright.
yeah, pretty much. And then somebody else joined in, calling me a little potato?
Damn, how'd they know you were a Lalafell?
Shut up. No, apparently he went onto my Twitter page and he looked over my other tweets and he tried to Twitter stalk me.
Oh god. People can never just be fucking normal on that goddamn website.
Not really.
Wow, that's a lot of squelching noises I'm hearing. Oh, hey, buddy! You wanna fucking die?
Apparently the other guy also tried to... Let me see if I can't find that.
I'm finding here that apparently lobotomies stopped being popular around the late 70s. Oddly enough, the first person to ban them, the Soviet Union.
Wow. Kinda odd to see them doing something humane.
Apparently on the initiative of Gil Yarovsky, this just makes people worse. Like, yeah, no, you've made an insane person into an idiot. Like you didn't improve anything here, buddy. Maybe we shouldn't have given these Nobel Prizes away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I really don't know what the I really can't begin to imagine what the thought process was for, hey, what if we just kind of like, you know what'll fix this person? If we just go and start fucking with their prefrontal lobe. Surely this will have no downsides whatsoever.
What could possibly go wrong?
I'm just reminded now of, I don't know if you guys have ever seen BoJack Horseman.
I would say that this is it seems that this was mostly spearheaded by the Carter administration, who were like, hey, as it turns out, should we see if these are bad for people? And it turns out, yes. Very.
Oh, it's super bad.
Jonah Hill super bad, we're talking.
I don't even like that movie.
Michael Cera.
Hey, Michael Cera has some good films under his belt.
No, I mean, like, obviously he does. But, you know, I just don't really like Superbad that much. What can I say?
Is that the one where the dude goes on that rant about how he used to draw dicks all the time?
Something about something McLovin, something.
Yeah, Jonah Hill draws too many dicks. That's the problem.
Yeah, and then his classmate turned him in, and that's why she's a bitch.
And that lady, that's right, it's Emma Stone. She's got an Academy Award now.
Apparently the dude went off on me about what population of the U.S. is black women, and then he tried to...
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's someone who isn't trying to engage, that's someone who's trolling.
Or someone who's ideally trying to indoctrinate you.
Yeah, and then he tried to go ahead and just spout stuff about economics 101, statistics 101, political science 101.
Sounds like he spent a little bit too much time in room 101.
And then he just kind of spouted off Socratic method of reasoning of the writings of Sister Jonathan Swift.
I'm real.
And I'm just over here like, dude, all I did whenever I was in middle school, whenever I was in college, was study Swift satirical. And most of my stuff was mainly studying post-colonial fallacies of the Western Empire.
I mean, yeah, he's an idiot, and he's trying to troll. He doesn't care if he's... Like, yeah, of course he's gonna mansplain.
I know. That's why I just ran along with it and just put my usual personality. You know, like what I usually do with you guys.
Affection gives to me. Now I know. Wait, why the fuck does it sound like someone's breathing? Oh my god.
Oh, now I hear it. That's creepy.
I mean, how do we know that this isn't one of those living hospitals?
Dude, don't freak me out with that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you would notice if the hospital you were in was alive.
That reminds me, I should bring back that concept for room mimics, but then start stretching that out a little bit further.
House mimics.
That sounds so sick.
House mimics.
Someone you're in there, and then like in Anatomy, when you're just in the basement and everything just starts growing teeth.
It reminds me of when
Should I get the clip?
No, I know about it, I know. But it reminds me of like a concept I had for like an encounter that was just very straightforwardly a literal interpretation of the song Hotel California.
I'm not against it. Yeah, that sounds cool.
In which you guys are trapped in a seemingly never-ending hotel, and you have to figure out how you can leave.
You can check out anytime you like, but you can't ever leave.
And if we wanted to go the whole way, through, we could go full circle with having it be like a drug-induced hallucination because Hotel California is about drug abuse.
I actually was about to say, isn't it a metaphor for drug abuse and that kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
It's a metaphor for something.
For something along those lines.
It probably, like, addiction seems like it makes sense. I mean, it could be for fame, or like the problem is the Eagles don't have any consistency about it.
Not really. You jump from that one song like that, and then you jump to another song like Take It Easy.
But it's definitely not about Satan, which is what everyone in the 70s was complaining about.
Yeah, no, that song is not about Satan.
Oh.
You want a song about Satan? I can go ahead and drop at least 2 songs like that. Just let me scan my Spotify horror playlist.
I mean, I think they did also do Witchy Woman.
Oh,
that
Witchy
did something.
Woman is not about Satan.
That might be yellow. Might be confusing Witchy Woman and Eagle.
That's a good song, though. See, the added black on their clothing makes them look sexier.
A little bit. I mean, the blood's doing something for me.
See? Me too. You're singing it, you're talking about it, we're talking about it, you're picturing it with me.
Ma'am, this is one of the sexiest things I've ever done. Can you please stand still so I can shoot you?
Are you out of buckshot ammo?
I think it happened midway through the fight.
Oh god, these explode. Okay, did she just explode, or was there also a lying figure?
No, there was a lying figure as well.
Yeah, I realized that all this time I've been calling them schisms, which that's the name of an enemy monster from Homecoming.
But I mean, hey, on the positive side, whenever we do another campaign, all those unused concepts, I can make them again.
All the unused concepts can be used again. Huzzah.
Mimic room!
Mimic hospital. 1 year they've been watching me. So many pills they fed me. When a loud hour comes, I tremble every time the light falls. Okay, so we need to figure out... Okay, so we have 1. That's the first number. We have to figure out how many pill bottles they had, because I remember in that other room, there was at least 3 or 4 pill bottles. When a loud hour comes, I assume being the hour that we just went through, and then the light falls, which I'm assuming means whenever the light flickers.
Or whenever it just falls from the ceiling in general.
Oh, here, look, so...
So dark.
1, 2... 3, 4.
That's 6.
No, I think it's it's going in a rhythmic pattern. There's a slight delay after the first 2, or after the 4th. Yeah, so
2.
and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then we have 1, 6, 2, 4, I'm gonna say. I just have to go back over to the main room and put in the code.
Got it.
Thank you, Kyle.
No problem. Yeah, I figured the dude was trolling at that point, or at least at some point, because he also brought up diversity hire.
Sounds like buzzwords.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. Even if there is an initiative for a company to hire people of different ethnic backgrounds, where's the actual problem in that? I think it's actually important to stop. I think it's important to give people who are qualified for the position opportunities to actually, you know, be employed.
He also didn't really respond whenever I mentioned the fallacies of the Western Empire or anything like that. So yeah, the dude was trolling.
Okay,
But
let's
I
just
just
do.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, 2 2s make a 4, so
3 dots connect to make rectangles.
But 3 rights make a left.
Turnless wangles. Speaking of which, I started playing Metaphor, ReFantasio. It's really good. The new game by the Persona developer, or the Persona director.
Isn't that just Metaphor?
Yeah. Like I said, it's Metaphor. I started playing it today. It was quite good.
Nifty.
I think it's kind of interesting how it's combining elements that the creator's very obviously familiar with while also just doing some new stuff. It's also kind of just Persona 5 again, sort of. But arguably a bit better.
It's what I saw Pat say on Twitter, and that it had a really good save history from the demos.
I would argue, like, from what I can tell you, it's if P5's message was, I think P5's message and setting was a bit more refined, at least from what I can tell right now. They've also got some nifty stuff going on in the beginning, because, like, unlike the other games, you're not playing as the main character. You're playing as somebody watching the main... Well, no, so you are watching the main character, and you're also playing as them, technically. Like, at the very beginning of it, they're like, okay, hold on a second. What's your name? Like, not the main character. Who are you, specifically? There'll be no pain anymore. No pain, no pain, no pain, no pain. It's kind of nice being able to come up with like my own particular name for the character. I don't know why, but the name Mito just kind of like stuck with me.
Cool.
Mito. See? Also, shout out to the redheaded elf girl. Very cool. Also, that game is fucking Twink City, USA.
That much of a twink?
No, like, here, let me fucking, I'm gonna pull up a guy, and I want to emphasize that this is a man. You're not gonna believe me, but this is a man.
Alright, That's a man?
Yeah, his name is Moore.
Okay, yeah, you're not kidding. This is a twink!
Also, we have, ambitious...
Or an android.
We have ambitious Griffith Coon.
Those fucking demon horns around his head?
Oh yeah, that's one of the many races. Certain people just have demon horns on their head.
Dude, that's cool.
I don't know that much about this particular character. I just encountered her as I was starting up the game. This is a design I'm also deeply fond of.
Ah, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that's understandable. And she's dressed like Miyu Takano out here.
I'm getting Fata Morgana vibes again.
Also, like...
I think it's the collar. It kind of reminds... It's kind of giving Poochie.
But, like... Also, for the record, that one specifically, that's a woman. I want to clarify.
Oh, yeah, no, I had a feeling that was the case.
But,
I'd also say it's giving Deska from Legend of Korra.
But yeah, no, if you have some time, you should look at some of some of the fucking user interface stuff from this one, because a lot of the games that are made by this team are known for their like user interface quality, but like, oh my god, this is the most like oozing with style we've ever had. It's so good looking. It's crazy.
His character designs are high. Like, damn.
Also in a rather, what I would almost describe as controversial given the creator's history, there's no romance options. You can't date anybody.
You can't?
Nope. It's also crazy, too, because this is the first time the main character is 18! This is the first fucking time the main character is 18 years old!
Damn it! What were they afraid of?
I mean, to be fair, you're technically just watching the guy that you're playing as. You're not actually, like, this is the first time you're not, like, putting yourself into the role of that character. You are an outsider looking in a metaphoric, in a meta-contextual perspective.
Shock therapy? Maybe not give yourself shock therapy?
I mean, to be fair, I don't think I'm the one giving myself shock therapy.
Hope to God not.
We probably gotta get something for it. Whoa.
Yeah, study shows if it's only light bursts of electrotherapy, at least through nodes, then it does help out your depression, but it has to be strictly monitored. If you're given major doses of electroshock therapy like that, then it's gonna fuck your system up.
I mean, considering that your system is literally just a network of electrical nodes all shooting shit out to your brain, yeah,
Exactly.
getting electrocuted kind of fucks up your shit.
Oh yeah. That's why a lot of those tables for electroshock therapy are always giving straps for your arms and legs. And sometimes your torso.
I like how I can just see one of the fucking lying figures down in the background. There goes my hero. Watch it as it eats shit and dies.
Oh, you need a syringe.
Alright, where's that nurse? Alright, different nurse.
So the bottom line for the Twitter thing is, dude at one point just says he has intellectual standards for Twitter and says I don't meet them. Says that I had nothing of value to conversation, I have shit for brains, and that he bores me and that I should move on. Here's your sign. So I just responded, okay then, have a good one, dude. And now every time I respond on Twitter, he's just dropping the poop emoji.
Oh my god. He's so mad. You made him so mad. He's acting like he's not mad, but that guy is so fucking mad. Like, you got him, dude.
I genuinely mean it too. I just hope they have a good day. Fall's around the corner. I'm sure they've got lives outside of political junk on Twitter too.
In most cases, I kind of doubt it, if I'm being honest.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people who argue on Twitter, probably losers in some capacity. Especially if you're a right-winger. Ooh, boy.
That's sad.
Yeah, no.
I mean, seriously, if politics is just your entire life, then what the fuck are you doing with it? Especially if you're just spending it chronically online.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, generator's on. Guess
Sick.
that means we can start using the electrical chair. Oh wait, there's a hydrotherapy room nearby too? Oh, I can't access it. Yeah, I figured.
As for the other dude who started calling me a little potato, I also wished him a good day, and he just said, "You're a very weird person, LOL." So I just said, yeah, I get that a lot. I see it as a compliment now. And the dude on Twitter, I'm not gonna say his name because that's just exposing him, continued to post poop emojis after I talked to the other guy.
9659. Con, I want to tell you this. I'm gonna say something, and this is probably like, genuinely, this is the best thing that could that certain things about your. Okay, let me rephrase this. What I'm about to say is not implicitly an insult. I want you to know that. This is a point where autism is your superpower. Actually.
What do you mean?
Generally speaking, when someone's doing that, they're trying to kind of like pry into your irrational mind because they're very clearly saying something that's really like upsetting and dumb, and they're kind of trying to like get you a little bit, they want you to like get mad and upset, and they want you to be like frustrated with them because if they back you into a quote unquote logistical corner, i.e. they don't want to listen to like a damn thing that you're saying, and they're like, oh yeah, I totally won this argument, I'm so cool and smart, yeah, and like then they feel like they've won, but you didn't
Okay,
give them that because, and you didn't give them that because you like, because you couldn't like pick up on that, and this in that to that degree, you can't possibly give them that layer of satisfaction. So yeah, no, like you destroyed him by
You
just
can't
being
validate them by getting upset.
because it doesn't affect you in the way that they were intending.
I was just looking for a genuine conversation out of genuine curiosity. I don't know what the fuck he was looking for.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I mean. No, yeah, like that's a slam dunk on my opinion. Good job.
And I do genuinely mean it. I really hope they actually have a good day and they enjoy the rest of the fall that's coming up.
The fucking box is empty.
It's fucking empty!
He looks so sad.
What a loser.
Oh my god. I forgot the box was fucking empty. Oh, there we go. Thing.
Did you think you were getting some fucking reward for this, James? Guess what? There's no reward for you.
Hey, look, there's a coin in her mouth. It's like when you get buried in Greece. Fuck.
No, that's usually
They do those on the eyes.
Ah, fuck. They see, they fucked up because they did it by putting a coin in their mouth in what is it? The Chaos, the Netflix show. -1.
Oh, it's the... Seriously, why exactly is it just -1 for the basement? Why can't it just be B1 or something like
We
that?
need a ring, I see.
Ah.
She is an angel. No one knows only. Okay, hold on a second. So this is all just like a run-on sentence. There's no Alright. She is an angel, no one knows, only I can see the lady of the door. They cannot walk along her bridge or of thread, they fall from the weight of their crimes. Like bloated and ugly corpses, their sins, she devours them. Sin and sinner alike she saves. Me, she is an angel.
Okay.
I'm telling whoever wrote that, please. Also, not like the developer, I mean the crazy person who wrote that. Please learn how to use commas.
There's actually a style of poetry that fits that.
A style of poetry that
it's time for the guessing game! Let's go!
Welcome to another exciting edition of Trick or Treat, where you
Hell yeah!
answer our questions correctly and win a prize beyond your wildest dreams.
Alright.
Or you fail to answer correctly and receive the punishment. It's all in the hands of our lucky contestant, James Sunderland. James, are you ready to play Trick or Treat? Excellent. Here's your first question. In the early 1800s, a terrible disease spread across Silent Hill, resulting in the death of many of its inhabitants. Their bodies thrown into the lake to sleep forever in their watery grave. How many souls were lost during the plague? 1, 42, 2.
Do we have any... these are just like a lot of notes. We picked up a lot of like, we saw a lot of like articles. 67, 85.
Know the answer? Well, you better hold on to it. You never know when it might come in handy. Now, on to the second question. Follow Sanders Street heading east and further on to the outskirts of town. One and only one road will take you towards the lumberyard and the cemetery. What is the name of that road?
Maps? Map of South Vale. The grave and the cemetery, right?
1. Bachman Road. 2. Munson Street. 3. Wiltsey Road.
Oh, it's Wiltst!
Okay, Wiltsey Road.
So,
The three.
Third and final question. Silent Hill witnessed a gruesome murder a few years back. A brother and sister were playing in the road when they were attacked and chopped into pieces with an axe. Torn flesh, smashed bones, splattered blood. What a terrible tragedy. What a gruesome end to such innocent lives. One of the victims was a local boy named Billy Locan. But what was the name of the other victim? Billy's sister. 1, Miriam. 2, Heather. 3, Julia. Well, that's the last of our questions. Have you got it all figured out? If so, fantastic. The time will soon come to collect your prizes. But be careful. If you're wrong, well, looks like that's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. See you somewhere, sometime, in sickness or in health.
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't quite remember some of those. I just looked it up. The answer's 2, 3, 1.
What the hell was that?
I was about to tell you, the answer to the last one is Miriam.
Hmm.
More like Miriam.
I'm so glad they kept that in. It's such a fucking out of nowhere bit.
Eh.
Hmm. Yay, it's time for the quiz. I don't know how to solve any of these. Okay, to be fair, I knew the third one, or the second one rather.
And as for the first one, it was 67 deaths.
Yeah, 67.
I've seen a couple deep dives on Silent Hill lore.
I believe you.
Yeah, seriously, the comics go hard.
Wow. Oh,
Well, for
hold.
starters, there's actually an old one involving an old Western style tale involving an old gunslinger.
I do find it a bit funny that, like, in the context of, what's it called? Dead by Daylight, not even the fucking entity knows what the fuck Silent Hill is. And is, like, fascinated by it, which is why they got Pyramid Head.
See, this is why I would call it an Eldritch Ew location.
You see, the thing that I love about Pyramid Head and Dead by Daylight is that it has a more understandable reason to be there than fucking Pyramid Head in Homecoming.
Exactly, which is another reason why Homecoming sucks ass. God, I fucking hate Homecoming. What even sucks more about that is some of the bosses in Homecoming are kind of cool, like Scarlet.
Oh
Scarlet's
yeah,
cool.
everybody talks about Scarlet. That one's pretty cool. Yeah.
And Sepulcher? I love Sepulcher.
Also, part of me really does want to go through with that, like, war fantasy kind of idea, because, like, I think horror exists on the battlefield inherently by virtue of conflict and how that can be horrifying. But also, what if there was a big scary monster on the battlefield too, and it was shouting at you and it made your head explode or something? I don't know.
I'm actually falling more into those kinds of ideas as well. Not just like that, but more like in a literal aspect, as well as a psychological one, because of A, ad infinitum, because of one, ad infinitum, which I actually do love as a game concept, and two, amnesia into the bunker, because that is fucking awesome.
You know, I said that as kind of a joke, But really quickly, I know I said that as a joke, but now I'm imagining like a giant towering figure that's like a bundle of like barbed wire with legs and like a megaphone for a head, and then it shoots a raid siren at you and it makes your head pop.
Isn't that just Siren Head?
A little bit, but there's barbed wire this time.
That's just World War One Siren Head.
Oh.
I kind of want to draw that now.
Mhm.
Sorry.
You can also include like little spikes jutting out of it
Anyway.
too. Anyway.
What do you mean, anyway? I was
Whoa.
almost killed back there. I have never been so scared in my whole life.
We checked up on you like 3
All
times.
you care about is that dead wife of yours.
Oh.
You couldn't care less about me, could you?
No, I just...
Then
Does this
stay
mean we
with
got the
me.
bad ending?
No, this always happens.
You're supposed to take care of me.
Wait, what?
No, yeah, she's intentionally fucking with them. Remember? That's Maria's whole deal.
I know.
Oh wait, did we do this
Asphyxia. That's the other cool boss from Silent Hill Homecoming. Fucking
Uh-huh.
Asphyxia.
What about Laura? You found her?
But like, I like the idea of like fucking
Yeah, but she ran away.
druids in the trenches giving out good berries and shit, and trying to like regrow the land
Yeah,
after it's been
you,
shelled.
You really seem to care about that girl. Do you know her?
Nah.
I'd never met her before. I just feel sorry for her. She's all alone and... I don't know, for some reason I feel like it's up to me to protect her. Come on, let's go look for her.
Okay, before we do that, there is a prize box I want to find. I was-
Sorry.
Yeah,
The
I
number
got
3
it.
reason I'll go ahead and give for creatures that just follow you in warlike environments. The third one have to be, I am sorry, I'm gonna butcher this, 1916,
Sorry.
Der Unbekannte Krieg?
Oh, if you post it, I can tell you what it says.
Unironically, if you're also interested in that, you should look up some of the enemy designs from Fear and Hunger too, actually.
Censored or uncensored?
Uncensored.
Ooh boy.
I remember seeing like a tank that's like a marriage of like 50 or so bodies.
Gross. I love
Because,
me
like,
some bot power.
Because like outside of
Hey,
the fact that it's like in a
it's
weird, yeah.
The
But,
Unknown War.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But-
The
I just didn't know how
Unbekannte
to-
Krieg.
Unbekannte Krieg?
Unbekannte.
Bekannte?
Unbekannter Krieg.
Unbekannte?
Unbekannter.
Der Unbekannte Krieg.
Unbekannter.
Yeah, the entire premise of this game is that you're in the trenches of World War One, but there's some kind of unknown monster that's just chasing you, which is... It's super implied and later seen that it's just this fucking velociraptor that's just following you in the trenches.
What do you know? Stroll in the rain.
It's scary and it's effective.
Maria. What are you talking about?
Oh.
I'm trying to keep things light, James. Just here for you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Which, honestly, I'm loving this sudden return to World War One and World War Two in terms of horror game fodder. It's always fun to explore the psychological and huge after effects of these events in history. Especially during a time where our own history is at its most fragile. Whew. Yeah, there go the allergies. Oh, that is the pool of sludge. Is it now a pool of blood, or is it...
It looks like a pool of fucking nothing as far as I can tell. Oh
Don't
yeah,
keep
no, it
staring.
just keeps going. Yeah.
Don't keep staring, it's just gonna keep staring back.
My favorite kind of horror. It is part of the reason why I made the Moon Bleeds. It's about the nature of being seen and how that can be inherently frightening. At least that was part of the initial intention.
seen in a truthful sense or a literal sense?
Seen in like many different senses. Seen, understood, like being cosmically witnessed by beings that are outside of your range of understanding.
Ah.
The feeling of like eyes being on you. It's like, in many ways, it's kind of like that idea of like the world's a stage to a certain degree.
Ah, yes. Disturbing.
We are
isn't
merely
it?
performers, performers, and portrayers.
In
Each
many
another's
ways,
audience outside the gilded cage. Yes, I'm
In-
also a fan of
yeah.
Rush.
In many ways, I kind of wanted to create something that kind of like
Having trouble
satisfied both
there?
of my desires for like a metaphorical and a non-metaphorical perspective within the context of a narrative. So that's kind of what that's the fun that I'm running into for the end, because I need to make I have to create a finale that both satisfies things from a meta narrative and regular narrative perspective.
Yeah, and you can't exactly just wrap that up in a neat little bow. Because the answer like that, just like it was to Umineko, is it has to exist within and without layers.
What's this?
Well, I think part of that is what I think part of that will ultimately be answered by the players and the decisions that they have to make near the latter part, at the very end of the game.
Not very cute, is it?
Exactly.
Here, why don't you take it?
This is why I'm forever grateful that you introduced us to Umineko, because now it's opened up this new world of meta-contextual narratives to me. Fucking love it.
It's
But
always an
wow, did it burn me the fuck out!
yeah. I want to read like 80 billion more visual novels. Unfortunately, God, that's a lot.
Yes.
It's like the holy grail of visual novels, where it's like you're gonna take a sip out of this, and then you're gonna take a gulp, and it's gonna be like, wow, I'm like stuffed for the next 80 years.
The patients will become the diagnosis scheduled for them when they'll make recovery, as my aim is always for the entire personnel, especially when their symptoms will become receding with effective treatment.
Oh, the name of this is Disassociated Note. I think the intention is that it's supposed to sound kind of nonsensical.
Little bit. My brain is trying to make sense out of it already, but that's just me.
But yeah, that's also a big reason why I've always been interested in the idea of like exploring not just the context of the story that's been created, but also the context of the person who's creating the story.
Yeah, I think I got a little taste of that when I first delved into Homestuck. But then I realized that Andrew Hussey's kind of a fussy because he's really not great at self-referential. Sorry, Noir. I had to say it.
Well, no, that's fine. I don't think you're wrong.
Like how
He's highly self-referential.
it's like how I kind of recontextualize the Scott Pilgrim a little bit when you know that he apparently based Ramona off of his wife. And then that weird pseudo reboot series got made after he got divorced.
Oh!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Wow, you know, that from the other way around, that's really disturbing. That kind of reframes everything.
It reframes certain bits of it. Oh yeah, this is where I fell from.
Yeah, but what does that mean about Knives, his portrayal in all this? I mean...
Who knows? Can you extrapolate this to say? That Scott Pilgrim is a reflection of the creator? Maybe.
Yeah, but would that mean he also dated a high schooler at one point?
Ideally, no, but who can say? Oh, here we go. This is the box.
Ooh.
The answer was 2, 3, 1. Hey, I got some medicine and some shotgun ammo.
Fucking A.
Or, you know, how people like to commonly bring up the fact that Ryukishi was very obviously a social worker through a lot of the work that he makes.
I mean,
Well, yeah,
when
but
you see a Tadagoroshi, it's not subtle.
No,
like,
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
like no, every other thing is like, oh, that makes a lot of sense when you say he's a social. Okay, yeah, that
Makes a lot of fucking sense.
he knows how to think like a
Doesn't make
kid,
lot of
including in
sense for all
stupid
that
ways.
Fucking curving on underage girl shots.
Or how it makes a lot of sense when I tell you that one of my favorite things ever is Devilman, and is a huge inspiration to me.
You remember Loopers? You remember that weird fucking shot?
Yeah, buddy.
You remember
That's
the
loopers
shot?
for you.
No, Loopers.
Yeah, Loopers. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the other Ryukishi novel reread that was...
The one with all the headbutts.
Yeah,
and
the
that
one with all the
and that one
headbutts
shot of the young girl in the swimsuit.
which
God.
also had it as a
I thought you wanted to
pre-order,
get out of here.
Yeah.
I know.
which was
You got an
super
acrylics. You got an acrylics. You got like a photograph or like an acrylic standee of the character
Doesn't feel right.
in the swimsuit.
which is super creepy.
Come on.
Ravioli,
Rush.
ravioli, please never nude the lolly.
Oh
Nude the
god.
lolly. Fuck.
Does this imply you're a robot crab?
Well, somebody did accuse him. Well, those Twitter dudes did accuse me of being a bot as well. I just ran with it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I know what I'm saying. That's never gonna convince anyone.
Yeah, no.
Nah. I just told them I wasn't a bot and kind of just did my own thing like that.
Maybe I should need to move my chair up a little bit.
I do hope they actually get some assistance with life and they actually have a good day, though.
I hope you grow and change as a person. It is done. Sick no more. Ominous note. Thanks. Oh yeah, this is right before. I think this is the Pyramid Head hallway scene.
Pyramid Head hallway?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about!
Yeah, this is like when we crest over the 2/3 point of the game and we start making our way to the end bit.
Oh god, I feel like if I touched any of these fucking walls, I would just lift my hand up and it would be covered in gross.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Anyway, what do you mean anyway?
Oh, this is a nasty hallway, man.
Yeah, we're getting pyramid headed. Yeah, here he comes.
Oh yeah. Here it is!
Run!
I always love how they fucking frame him, or like with the lighting and all that shit. Like it's so appropriately disturbing or creepy or weird.
Duck and roll! Oh!
It always makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable to look at him.
Isn't that kind of the point with James?
Yeah.
This is mostly quote my crazy ex-girlfriend.
But yeah, like there's just always something about.
Story.
An elevator!
But yeah, so like, there's always something about like how he's shot or framed or portrayed that always makes Pyramid Head like a distinctly like threatening or like unnatural presence. It's like he doesn't even feel real, which is, but like in a way that's unsettling. Like it's it's uncanny, but like in a non-uncanny way.
Oh! I forget, is that always supposed to happen?
Yeah, that's always supposed to happen, yeah.
Oh.
Like even during that like hallway scene with Pyramid Head and stuff, like the thing I actually kind of appreciate is that like they're not like, how do I phrase this? Because like Pyramid Head's like one of the biggest entities within like the popularity of Silent Hill. A lot of people who think about Silent Hill will probably think about Pyramid Head. It might be the person that comes to their minds. They're not like sucking off Pyramid Head, you know what I mean? They're not making it gratuitous. Like even in the scenes where he's important, he's not like fucking, he's not omniscient and omnipresent. He's not like center frame and everything, and it's going like, oh look, it's Pyramid Head! Like he's there and he's gone. It's very brief and very effective.
I really do appreciate that, because I've seen some villains in some modern horror games where the idea is essentially you want them to be scary, which in that case is you want to utilize them the right way. Oh, is it raining again? But what
Oh,
they
yeah.
do
Wait, what
instead is they just have them pop up everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that just takes away the scare. If you see them everywhere, then how the fuck are you gonna be terrified of them?
You have to optimize the use of your weird of your scary horror, man.
You've got to know what you're doing and work with the good tools that you're given. It's like
Which is
Nemesis in the original RE3. You didn't know where the fuck he was gonna pop up next.
The potential for this illness exists in all people, and under the right circumstances, any man or woman would be driven, like him, to the other side. The other side perhaps may not be the best way to phrase it. After all, there is no world between here and there. It lies the wall between here and there. It lies in the borders where reality and unreality intersect. It is a place both close and distant. Some say it isn't even an illness. I cannot agree with them. I'm a doctor, not a philosopher. Or even a psychiatrist, unlike the director. But sometimes I have to ask myself the question. It's true that that to us his imaginings are nothing but the inventions of a busy mind, but to him there simply is no other reality. Furthermore, he's happy there. So why, I ask myself, why, in the name of healing him, must we drag him painfully to the world of our own reality?
That's an even better question.
Mm-hmm.
There goes Laura.
Mm-hmm.
I believe another piece of horror media actually asks that same question. Not for the sake of... Actually, it does become a bit of not just for the sake of the person who's involved in distancing themselves from reality, but also the people around her. And that would actually have to be just from School Live, the cutesy looking high school girl anime about zombies.
I remember that one, yeah. She thinks that she's just doing, like, cute club activities, but they're all trapped together during a fucking apocalypse.
Yeah, and the girls realize that it's Yuko's way that her mind is just handling the entirety of the situation, that she's super fucking fragile for it. But it's her same optimistic nature that inspires them to keep working together and keep going. So at that point, is it better for them to live in a hopeless reality or to dream forever in a mind-numbing fantasy at the risk of dying in reality?
Someone just start, like, carefully and casually sliding Umineko back into the frame. And, like, have the theme get a little bit louder. And then flash Natsuhi on the screen for a second.
Fucking witch Rondo and the witch intensifies. Then you just cut in there and somebody just slides in the entire chapter titled Maria.
I mean, to a certain degree, that's also kind of indicative of what James is going through right now. He's literally he's running around a fantasy hellscape, hoping to find his wife, who is 100% dead, because he mysteriously got a letter from her. Which I wonder if
may or may not also be a machination of his own mind.
Oh wow, the letter still says something. Okay.
I was wondering why I was hearing another monster growl sound nearby. It was the bubblehead nerd. At that point, it's the idea of, do you rip somebody from a fantasy if it's genuinely hindering them, at the risk of just debilitating them? Nice shot.
I'll be honest with you, that missed.
Actually, I think an episode of Adventure Time actually also covered this, but with the whole idea that an island of other humans had just stayed their entire lives on this island in virtual reality, ignorant of reality.
I really do need to, like, properly watch through the rest of Adventure Time. I never did.
You really should, because there's a lot of episodes that have a lot of interesting moments that you would really find great for your material.
Eh?
Because that virtual reality episode...
Whoa!
What happened?
Hello? Oh, that's cool. Oh, the rain droplets are getting on the fucking... The rain droplets... No, the rain droplets are getting on the pages, and it's telling you where you've already been.
That's cool!
That's a really good detail.
Because the end of that episode has them put the humans back in the virtual reality because they don't have lives outside of that virtual reality.
Also something,
just
something...
like Steven Universe.
Also something, something, The Matrix.
No, it's just that they're so pathetic and ill-adjusted to reality that they all willingly put them back into the reality that was the computers. Implying that these people on this island will just wither away and die in the virtual reality. Like I said, that is something that is incredible and needs to be discussed. Not just because of the moral implication, but because of the fantasy versus reality argument involving technology as an impetus for it. But seriously, that's not the only episode of Adventure Time that tackles that.
Something, something, flash the Matrix back on screen.
It's not the fucking Matrix.
No, put me back in! I was forklift certified! No! Yeah, see, look it! Oh, that's great! Oh, that's a really solid, that's a really good idea. Wow.
That's cool. I love that.
I love that. Oh, man.
You just came this way!
I know, I'm trying to fucking figure out where the hell I'm supposed to go.
Follow the map, then.
The map, is giving me some ideas about where I can go.
Okay, turn around. 360.
Okay. No,
Or at least
no.
180, actually.
I'm trying to, like, I have to kind of, like, parse where the fuck Laura was going to. Because she went in this general direction. The only problem is that I'm sure there's something I'm missing. Yeah, that's what I'm missing.
Huh.
Whew, alright. Are we got another syringe?
Dress mannequins.
Laura!
Laura, stop! It's dangerous!
Laura. Where the fuck you going, Laura? Step off! Ah! Okay, hold on a second before we go there. Number 1, bug. Number 2, door. Oh, I think that's the strip club that we went to previously.
Is it? Check the map.
I mean, it's kind of... Yeah, Heaven's Night. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
City lights. City lights.
Jumped into that cutscene.
But we gotta do the mantling cutscene. It's where you mantle over the thing. Whoa.
the only other thing I've actually done over the day is introduce my youngest sister to Dandadan, and I am super happy for it.
I do need to watch the anime for Dandadan. I watched a bit of them. I read a bit of the manga, and I'm quite fond of that. That being said, I kind of need to find a lower cost version of collecting manga now that I don't have a stable income.
Yeah.
Now you lost all your horses.
Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Ah, shit! I got cornered.
That was the first death you had in the game!
Yeah, it took a while. Yeah, thanks.
But yeah, it's first 2 episodes of Dandadan are out on Crunchyroll right now, and both of them are available in English dub. Highly recommend you watch it because the animation is killing it.
Oh god, I have to fucking reload from a save. Oh no.
Don't worry, you were still set.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Creepy Nuts did the opening theme for it.
Wait, save? Oh.
From right there.
Oh, look, a save. You could use that to save.
Mm-hmm. Man, I feel bad about the Uzumaki fucking adaptation.
They spent so much time to make it bad.
No! They spent a lot of time trying to make it good, and they realized too little too late during COVID and everything that they had the first episode finished, but they had to swap to a different production company after the first episode was done so they could actually ship the product. That's why there's a bit of rotoscoping involving 3D models, which is why it looks slow and sloppy compared to episode 1. I'll still give it a shot. I'll still give it a shot.
I mean, hey, maybe they recover at some point?
Hey, I'm hoping so, because I still have hope and faith in this adaptation. Plus, it's genuinely faithful to a lot of people's work. And I'll take this over JPEG spider sliding across the screen any day.
Well, from my understanding, there is some, like, interesting stuff going on with the Uzumaki film. Obviously, it's not the best. I haven't heard necessarily great things about it, but, like, I think from what I understand, like, from a,
the Uzumaki film is basically,
like
what if we wanted to do, like, a best of version of some of the first half of Uzumaki, and like none ass of the ass end of Uzumaki, because that's way too complicated for them to try and film.
I mean, honestly, I understand that, because, like, don't get me wrong, I like Uzumaki a lot. It's really good. It kind of starts being less interesting near the end of the final bit. Like, the bits with, like, honestly, if they cut up the parts with, like, the fucking typhoon boys and the gangs and the kids who make fucking tornadoes by breathing, like, and they just go to, like, hey, this forest has, like, crazy time property nonsense, and, like, the giant fucking city, that would be great.
I actually forgot about all that, because I was more focused on some of the other innate stuff in there that terrified me, like the pregnant women who drilled holes into people's bodies just so that way they could actually suck out the blood.
Like, it goes from being really, really interesting and, like, some genuinely cool horror concepts to fucking wacky Junji Ito funny hour with gangs and boys that shoot whirlwinds out of their mouths and people and the people in the fucking stretch houses that do crazy shit. And then it, like, kind of captures it back a little bit near the end.
Yeah, and then the whole town just turns into a gigantic fucking spiral for no reason. And you're never given a reason for any of it, just outside of it's always been this way.
I mean, like, that part is actually genuinely quite cool.
Yeah, that part's cool. I see what you mean by the genuinely crazy stuff, though, because the spring-heeled Jack bit, where the dude who's just somehow with the spiral influence and he's jumping out of his own grave to follow his crush, that was more humorous than creepy to me.
Yeah. Like, this is gonna sound incredibly mean, especially to one of my favorite horror manga ever, There is absolutely some things you can cut out, and it would absolutely make the final result much better.
You know, I feel like a lot of that can be said about Ito's work, at least in some of the long-form stuff.
Oh no, yeah, like there's definitely some bits of there's like I mean, Hell Planet Remina is probably like one of the most solid in that regard. I think that's like the one that manages to have the most consistently solid like story beats, especially yeah, because like there's very little like goofy haha nonsense around that bit, but it's also much shorter.
The way I describe Hellstar Remina is a continuous escalation.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since it's a really good critique on pop star sensationism. Yeah, pop star sensationalism and oh god, what is it? Mass hysteria.
Yeah. But also, what if a planet was a giant fucked up creature?
Oh yeah, cosmic horror is something that Junji Ito can do without batting an eyelash.
You saw that fucking House of Decline thing I posted.
You see, the bad news is because it's Billy Corgan, he'd probably be on Fox News.
Oh god.
Because he's crazy. He's been crazy for years.
I mean, he does believe the world is a vampire.
I'm back.
I mean, he also believes you were here?
Or rather, I'm here now.
Welcome back, Roboot. We're talking about how Billy Corgan thinks chemtrails are a big problem. He's like at a Jesse the Body Ventura level of crazy, where he talks about a lot of ridiculous conspiracies, but I don't think he's like in on with the bad ones.
Also, Robert, for some additional context, that's the guy who's the lead singer for Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins?
Bullet with a butterfly, bullet on a butterfly wing.
Yeah, I heard of that band.
Butterfly wings.
Where you haven't heard a guy go, "The world is a vampire."
No.
Really? Wow.
Hold on, let me hear the actual thing first.
Really?
I wasn't into something, but really quickly getting
The greatest day of my life.
Heard any Smashing Pumpkins?
But honestly, if I was to get back on topic for like a split second, I think it's kind of funny because Hellstar Remina is like one of the first instances I've ever seen of taking cosmic horror to like the most literal nth degree of what if a fucking star was evil?
What if a fucking star was evil and fucked up and evil?
Mm-hmm.
I love how the hole in the fence was actually person-shaped.
And also herd mentality.
I do think it's kind of funny how like near the end they're just giving a play-by-play of all the crazy shit that the fucking planet that the Hellstar is doing. It's now licking the fucking planet.
Even then, you can still see
not the devious tongue action.
Then you can still see some of Ito's craziness in there, because then everybody suddenly starts defying the laws of physics, and they're spinning on the axis of the Earth.
Yeah, he's just like
spinning.
Fucking trillion miles an hour and flying through the air.
Well, no, yeah, it was because it kept like fucking
Remina.
Yeah, because they were still trying to kill her even after like the fucking planet is rotating to such an nth degree. It's like it's like what do you think is gonna what do you think killing her now is gonna do?
I don't think they care. I think it's like I think it's a herd mentality type thing where like they don't care, they just want her dead.
Oh my god, I'm getting jumped! I'm getting jumped!
It's a very good critique of mob mentality and about shit. Bitch!
Woman.
Bro, this is Silent Hill 2 remake. You're getting jumped.
General.
Oh no, that's right. They can fucking jump over that. Oh god. No, sorry. Go ahead, God.
It's a really good story by Ito, but you can still see it's consistent, especially whenever it just delves into some of the crazy shit. If you
speaking of Junji Ito, how about Uzumaki episode 2?
Yeah,
But
we went over that part.
You might be
different place than Mary, James.
If you think that's heavy-handed, don't worry. That was also in the original game.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Although it's not my favorite work by Junji Ito, one, because I've already got anxiety and the last thing I need to think about are rogue planets hitting Earth.
I mean,
Oh
it's
yeah,
not gonna
no,
happen.
like.
You're more likely to die to get eaten by a shark than that happening.
I mean, so it's like honestly, like if you're somebody who's like very deeply integrated into the horror scene and someone who gets emotionally invested into what they're reading, there's a very real terror that you can experience reading Hellstar Remina.
It's my anxiety. I live with GAD. I live, breathe, and process anxiety on a very literal level every day of my life.
Oh, no, yeah, like even when I was reading that, I've also got a little bit of generalized anxiety disorder. Like even then, I was like, wow, that like, I mean, like that was pretty alright, but also I'm a little bit fucked up by that. Wow, oh my god.
Fucking Homestuck Runner, no.
Homestuck Runner.
It means something. I don't know what yet.
Just Homestar Runner, but with the characters of fucking Homestuck.
Or the other way around.
Who the fuck is Strong Bad in this situation, Gamzee?
I think it might have to be the other way around, where it's the Homestars are in the Homestuck.
Today is Homestar Runner's birthday!
Oh my fucking god.
I dread to imagine what kind of world would be created for Strong Bad.
It would probably be a world
up there, I tell you what.
I mean, honestly, I think it'd be really fun. It'd probably be one of the better worlds. I mean, I think it's kind of funny because, like, I feel like Strong Bad operates on fucking Warhammer troll logic or Warhammer orc logic because, like, his computer functions despite the fact that it's made out of like actual bells and whistles.
I think the thing is that Strongbad is someone you can relate to because he's kind of a jerk sometimes, but for the most part, like, he likes things that everyone like. He likes ladies and he likes eating food and like annoying people in his neighborhood. Like, he's got realistic goals, and if he was running the world, like, the worst thing that could happen is he gets too bored and quits.
I mean, like, there's a reason why they made Strongbad the playable character in that Telltale game they made for Homestar Runner.
Yeah, that was Poker Night 1, right?
I mean, it's
No,
also
not even-
he's like
no,
the
like-
only dynamic character.
An actual
Like,
Homestar Runner
Homestar's
game
too
like Telltale.
stupid to be a main
Yeah,
character.
there's Homestar, what is it? Strongbad's cool game for attractive people. He's also very quotable and one of those guys you can kind of just you can like passively base your personality off of. Stares at Joel Vinesauce.
Oh, is that why he's popular?
He definitely has this. He has a similar energy to. He has the energy of a person who. He has the energy of someone who watched Homestar Runner when he was very young, and it permanently left an impact on his brain. I can very easily imagine Strongbad going, Flintstones!
Granddad.
Granddad!
Mario 7, was that the one I played?
Man, it sucks you can't parry the fight.
I mean, honestly, I think it's kind of...
I'm dead.
I think it makes...
Also, I didn't authorize my appearance in this lame Industrials video.
I mean, to be fair, I think it makes sense that James can't parry things. He's just a man.
I am super
Just a
happy
what?
though.
He's just a man.
Is
So, while Hellstar Remina did fuck me up, I think Junji Ito's scariest story for me that still fucks me up even to this day, it'd have to be a solid tie between Slug Girl and Long Dream.
Oh yeah, Long Dream was pretty creepy. What was Tomie
honestly,
about again?
Tomie, I think Tomie is kind of fucked up because like it's a long-running story about what if a girl was like a self-replicating mushroom monster and was just like everywhere and like weird and crazy, and like it doesn't really have a concrete ending because like they're like, guys, we finally got Tomie. We encased her in this block of solid concrete. She can't escape anymore. And then it's like, oh hey, there's a little crack, and there's a little crack in there. I guess she got out at some point. Oh well, we're too old now to do anything about it.
Why not just freeze her?
Oh, perhaps you are a fool. The truth usually betrays people, you should know. The key is in the park, at the feet of the praying woman. The wrench will open the gate. The key will let loose the abyss.
Sometimes I feel a little guilty thinking that you guys put way more time and effort into these things than was ever spent on the source material on which it was based.
You know, that would be him.
But, what's the other word I'm looking for? It's... Tomie doesn't really feel like it was ever meant to be like a full... Sorry, really quickly. I never really felt like Tomie was meant to be like a full, like, concrete story. It was more kind of like a series of wacky stories about like a single centralized character that technically has like a lore reason for always like coming back and existing.
What more reason?
I kind of felt like Uzumaki was also sort of that. Like, when I started reading into it, like, I was surprised the amount of, like, stories that don't centralize around the main characters. It's just, the main connecting tissue is just they're all in the same town.
Essentially all about spirals. Like the story is just spiraling.
I mean, to some extent, yeah, it's spirals, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
See, like, if it were up to me, I probably would have written Tomie to eventually end with the idea of, like, Tomie is, because of how many of them there are, Tomie is effectively taking over the world.
Yeah, over time. It's just like the silver case. There's 10,000 Tomies in New York City. They could activate at any time.
Well, there's also the supernatural aspect that Tomie can seduce any man and drive them to madness.
Just like Rouge the Bat?
The point where it becomes almost unhealthy. Well,
I mean, yeah, being driven to madness sounds unhealthy.
Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, did you see that the Shadow Origins animated thing?
I have not watched the Shadow Origins animated thing yet. The door that waits in darkness, opening into nightmares.
It's on YouTube, and the new one actually is really fucking sad.
Oh, hey, this is the... I think this is the tunnel that you originally go through in the game, where you like find the radio and the and you fight the laying figure for the first time.
For example, there's another of Junji Ito's shorts involving Soichi, who is honestly a pretty annoying character to me in Ito's works, but I have an appreciation for him. Where he's just this annoying little twerp of a kid who's into the occult and all these dark stuff, and he chews on nails because, one, he's weird like that, and two, he has an iron deficiency, so he thinks, I'll just chew on these nails.
Oh, like nails.
I thought you meant like
his nails.
No, hammer, like iron or steel nails.
Oh, he's
like
a weirdo, okay.
And the last story involving Soichi involves an off-the-cuff cameo of Tomie seducing his brother, saying, your brother sounds interesting, I'd like to meet him. And Soichi's brother just has this look of horror and entrancement, just says, yes, Tomie.
Huh. I still have to read Soichi. Yeah.
The interesting thing about all of Soichi's stories is that it feels like they interconnect and intertwine with all of Ito's work in one way or another. Almost like Soichi is kind of like Ito's in-universe child avatar.
Yeah, like, I remember, like, I read...
audience surrogate.
Because, like, a while ago, I've been going through, like, the entire available catalog of, like, Junji Ito's stuff that was available at the time. There's a handful of his collections that have come out that I still have to go through now that they're more recent. And the thing is that, like... I read, like, all, like, the big black volume ones where it's, like actual, just, like, concrete stories that are, like, all front to end, like Yo and Uzumaki and all that stuff. And the thing about it that kind of bugged me was that, in a handful of, like, a big thing about them, and, like, a big thing about that kind of bugged me in, like, a handful of some of them, is that randomly it pivoted into Soichi stories in one of them, and also in another one, they brought up they included a Tomie one for no reason. Specifically, like the Tomie. like the painting
Yes.
Tomie. Like it's no like this
Things
one that was
never
already
really
in the
stay the
Tomie
same,
collection.
do they?
I think that was just included as a publication,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm pretty sure those were published at the same time during the other stories, so they're in those collections by default.
Maybe.
You can probably find the entire collection of Tomie by itself, as well as the
don't-
entire collection involving Soichi by itself.
Oh no, yeah,
don't
I do have those. Yeah.
think she's here anymore, James.
Who?
My mama? She doesn't want to see me anymore.
Why would you think that? Anyway, I'm happy to see you.
Happy to see me?
Alive, I mean.
Oh. Yeah. I better get going.
You still don't want me to go with you? If we stick together, we might just make it out of here.
Out of where?
This town. Silent Hill.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Oh, you didn't happen to see a little girl around here, did you?
A little girl?
Yeah, Angela? Are you all right? Angela?
No. Please. You shouldn't be here.
Angela, it's okay.
No, don't touch me!
Huh. Yeah, that's like a brand new cutscene. Like that's not in the original, I don't think.
Of Angela like freaking out and running away.
I mean, yeah, but like it adds on to something that's always been like very heavily implied, in which Angela is very clearly a victim of abuse.
Of multiple kinds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The way she just reviled James's touch like that. It's like she was seeing someone other than James.
Yeah, because like I think when he said "little girl," that was like almost like a trigger phrase for her to a certain degree. My patient buried it here. I know, but did nothing. It made me uneasy to be such to bear. Okay, I can't. It's the historical society key. Oh yeah, now we're getting to the fun stuff.
Oh boy.
Define fun.
The historical society is where like when like the fucking geometry starts getting crazy.
Fuck
Oh, okay. I thought it was
geometry.
I
Let's
thought it was thought it was the fun part. Parentheses sarcastic.
I mean, there's also one I think we're gonna go deal with Eddie now too.
Killing another person ain't no big deal.
I'm actually rather like I mean obviously they changed some stuff, but I am actually rather fond of the fact that they kept certain lines and kind of like managed to handle them straight. Like what's the word? Like how they handled the anyway scene was also very good as well.
Oh, yeah, anyway,
What are you
scene?
doing? Eating
They treat
pizza?
they treat the issues that these characters have now with care and a better understanding of Western culture.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with a more modern 20-year update on mental health awareness.
No, yeah, that's a big thing too. Like obviously they kept like the quote unquote crazy and I mean admittedly they kept the crazy insane people, but admittedly I understand that more because like the fact that there's an insane asylum in Silent Hill is also a relic of a bygone era on like a fundamental level.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, aren't they just mental hospitals now?
I mean, yeah, but mental hospitals back then had a very different. They treated mental health patients
The name
very
that is true,
differently back in the day.
As in putting them in the funny rubber room with the straitjacket and all that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Lots
Instead of actually caring for them.
Stereotypical idea of what it is now, and I've had this conversation many times with my ex-friend on how it's not like that anymore.
People, like, I find it, like, I mean, obviously there's definitely some people who unfortunately do suffer from very high-end, low-functioning, like, mental illnesses that do sort of replicate the kind of things that you see in fiction, but, like, 99% of the time, it's not like that.
It really
At least not anymore, hopefully.
Also, I will say to a certain degree, it almost kind of unfortunately, they very rarely have, like, mental health hospitals, and it's more like mental health wards in hospitals.
Like the psych ward.
Yeah, like a psych ward, basically.
The place where everyone finds their girlfriend.
Or at least places for mental rehabilitation. Which, a lot better in my opinion.
Yeah, like a rehab center, basically.
Sort of.
Alright, Silent Hill Historical Society. Things are gonna get fun.
Unrelated, Orange, I'm playing Enter the Gungeon right now, and I just found this gun called the Laser Lotus.
Oh, you found the Laser Lotus?
Level 5!
Dude! Is this every bit awesome?
It's actually a pretty good gun, yeah.
I forget what the Laser Lotus is a reference to.
Community.
Which, if anybody here has seen Community, you know it's got some great fucking jokes.
Oh no, yeah, I remember I watched Community a couple of years ago when I had some free time. And there's something really, like, almost kind of sad about, like, watching it kind of, like, as it gets near the end. Because, like, the energy shifts around, like, the last half of Season 5.
It fell off.
Yeah. No, not even, like, not even, like, falling off. It's not like the quality got worse. In fact, the quality got worse around Season 4, and then they kind of tried bringing it back a little bit with Season 5. But it's like, Season 5, and, like, the latter half of Season 5, and then into Season 6 is when, like, people started, Oh! Hey, buddy!
It's...
Misty Day.
That Pyramid Head?
Yeah, it's Pyramid Head.
Yeah. Is that supposed to be James? In the background?
I mean, no, like, there's just a guy in a cage. We don't know who that could be. Waterfront Landscape.
Alan Smith.
Shit, what the fuck was I gonna say?
You think he's related to Alan Smithy?
Community.
Community,
I was
yeah.
also going to say, involving Junji Ito, he involved comedy a lot in all of his shorts because the lines between horror and comedy kind of blur every now and again.
Oh, no, yeah.
You were
There's
saying
nothing about, like,
Community,
his
Justin?
specific brand of comedy. But, yeah. Hold on a second, there's a book here. Okay.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, it's the bit about the woman on the island again.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
But, yeah, the thing about Community as it kind of, like, goes on is that, like, it becomes more melancholic as it kind of keeps going. It becomes less funny and more just kind of, like, sad. Because they know for a fact that, like, they want to get through that whole, like, 6 seasons in a movie bit. But the problem with it is that, like, people just kind of kept, like, leaving the show for a variety of reasons.
Also, one of them
it's time for it's time for the super long hallway, or the super long stairway.
Oh, yeah, the one that feels like it goes on forever but actually does have a conclusion point.
Editor, play the Super Mario 64 staircase theme, but in reverse.
Oh, jeez. That's true. We have a fixed camera angle. We can. Oh god. Yeah, we really are going a long way down.
Yeah, let's not do that.
It helps because they're fucking tiling the lighting the exact same distance every time too. Great. Oh, this is great. But yeah, because it's like people like Chevy Chase leaving the show is one thing, because from what I understand, Chevy Chase acts exactly like Pierce does, which isn't really great.
Which
Does
means
not inspire.
Wait,
confidence.
so Chevy Chase really is an asshole?
Yeah, he's just kind of like that. It was very clear that he didn't that Dan Harmon doesn't really like Chevy Chase that much, which is why he kind of wrote him to be like horrible and unlikable, aka apparently as himself. And that was a big reason why Dan Harmon wasn't around for season 4, because he said some like really nasty shit to Chevy Chase like during that time frame, and as a direct result, Chevy Chase, it was either him or Chevy Chase, and apparently they said, yeah, okay, get Chevy Chase, and then nobody liked season 4 of Community, and so as a direct result, in universe that's referred to as the gas leak season, where everybody just started acting different and weird for no fucking reason.
Okay.
The gas leak.
But yeah, like season 5 and 6 was when like things kind of started to shift a little bit, because that's when people started leaving the show for a variety of reasons, and they had to start like bring in people to kind of like replace them a little bit. Like, I mean, shit, Yvette Nicole Brown left because she had her own things. She did a cameo for a little bit. In season 5, one Mr. Childish Gambino eventually left to go do music, among other things. Yeah, he went to go do his thing. Like, I think after, and it's like, they started talking about like how other characters from the main cast also just kind of started dipping out too. Like even like the final episode of the last season is about literally just Jeff being the only one left. I guess also technically Britta as well. She sticks around as well, and I think maybe Abed too. But like all the extra characters in the cast end up dipping out, and like Jeff's whole conclusion is that like he's just a teacher there, who's just there now, and it's like he didn't really like move on or progress like anybody else did, and it's kind of weird to think about because he was the guy who was like introduced as like the central character at the very beginning of the show.
He was basically the audience.
Sort of, yeah. But he's also just kind of a dick. But then I think the funniest bit is at the very end, like the post credit gag is, I believe, them making a joke about the community being turned into a like tie-in board game, and then it just sort of turns into Dan Harmon venting for like a couple seconds about how fucking hard it was to keep that shit going.
It's pretty good.
It also ends with it just saying "and a movie."
Okay.
Oh, this is an interaction bit. You have to choose to jump into the hole. All right, let's go. Hole number 1, baby.
If when presented with a hole, you gotta jump in.
Woo!
Yeah.
There was a hole here.
Yeah, but it's here now. Oh god, it is dark as shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is the first time. This was the only time in the original game where they had you interacting with like the breaking, where they actually had you do like breaking the wall stuff to get through these locations. They since made it like a more regularized part of the game, which makes